Hey everyone, welcome to Judging for the Win. I'm Dave, and this is my daily ruling. Today's question was suggested by a viewer. Thanks to Pyrobombus for this one. Amy attacks with Plague Wight, and Nick blocks with Sedge Scorpion. Does Plague Wight die? Okay, so the answer to this question is no because of how combat works. During the Declare Blocker step, Plague Wight's ability will trigger, and that triggered ability will resolve before the game can move on to the combat damage step. State-based actions are also checked before the game moves on to the combat damage step, so the Sedge Scorpion dies before it even gets a chance to damage the opposing creature. Of course, we can make this question a lot more interesting with one extra toughness. So let's see how this would work if Nick had blocked with an Underdark Basilisk. In this case, the Plague Wight's ability will make the Underdark Basilisk a 0-1, which means that its toughness is high enough for it to stick around until the point where it actually gets to deal combat damage. Now, this might seem like it should result in Plague Wight dying, especially when you remember the reminder text on Deathtouch. 0 is any amount, right? And the CR for Deathtouch actually seems to back this point up too. This rule here says that a creature that's been dealt damage by a source with Deathtouch will die. But this is where the fun police are going to show up. According to this rule, dealing 0 damage does not count as dealing damage at all, meaning that anything that keys off of damage being dealt, including Deathtouch, will not work. If you read through that rule, there's probably a couple of other things you saw that wouldn't work as well. For example, triggered abilities like the one on Charisma will not trigger, since Underdark Basilisk didn't actually deal any damage. Another one that comes up a fair amount is replacement effects. So if Nick had a Torbrand out and was blocking with a red creature, then Nick's red creature would not deal any damage to the Plague Wight. And that means that Torbrand would not be able to increase that 0 damage up to 2. But that's all I have for you today. How did you do? Join me again next time for another daily ruling, but until then, I hope you have a great day.